The CEHR is an organic unit of the Universidade Católica Portuguesa since 1988, continuing a dynamic initiated in the 1950s. In its present configuration, the Center has been regularly evaluated by FCT. With a national dimension, the Center presently has its headquarters in Lisbon and a branch in the UCP's Regional Center in Porto. Its main objective is to contribute to the study of social phenomena and dynamics from the point of view of their religious articulations inscribed in the Portuguese historical space. As a platform of convergence and collaboration between researchers from various institutions, the CEHR forms a single research group with 44 integrated researchers and 43 collaborative researchers from all the major Portuguese public universities. The Center has become, in a progressive and consistent form, a major point of reference in the domain of religious history studies in Portugal in the framework of global history. It privileges the study of religious history in the geographical space connected with the construction of Portuguese identity. Developing its research from the ancient world to the contemporary, it faces its objects in a trans-epochal standpoint. In that sense, the Center assumes its vocation as a project leader in Portugal in order to promote the history of society from the perspective of its religious articulations through collaborative work with other research units beyond institutional barriers and in a cross-cultural, non-confessional and multidisciplinary approach. In its mission, the Center has defined 3 thematic lines that have been working as a theoretical framework in a perspective of citizen science, enabling a better articulation of the different projects and activities undertaken with the civil society. These lines are power, movements and institutions, forms of religious life, identities and affiliations, and memory, mediations and materialities of religion. In its institutional mission in the national scientific and technological system, CEHR has responded to different societal challenges translated in different activities such as publications, seminars, international congresses, exhibitions, and a website, the Portal de História Religiosa. The Center has an important editorial program. After the publication of the 7 volumes of the História Religiosa de Portugal in the year 2000, the CEHR has launched 3 specialized collections. 21 books were published in the last 4 years, all accessible in the UCP's repository. The Center is responsible for Lusitania Sacra, an international peer-reviewed journal on religious history regularly published since 1956, referenced in Scopus, and currently published both in print and digital form. The CEHR has developed different affiliations and subscribed several national and international cooperative agreements in Europe, Latin America, Africa, and Asia, hence strengthening its internationalization process. In 2003, CEHR was composed of 12 PhDs. In the last years, the growth trend has been clear, and today we have 31 integrated PhD researchers. Along with the increase of the number of members, the publications have also increased in the last years. The total number of publications in the evaluation period has grown from 341 to 434. The training of new researchers also shows growth. The number of master's and PhD theses under the advisement of CEHR members has doubled since 2003, translating a growing interest in the religious history and the expertise that CEHR members can offer. Since 2011, the CEHR's institutional repository has made extensive work available to the scientific and public communities. Currently, more than 50,000 downloads are made per year by researchers all over the world. Our strategic objectives for the future are to reinforce the research on the role of religion in societies. Problematized from a long-term standpoint, Portugal's position in the world provides a privileged pathway to global history through different geographies in all 5 continents and through different thematic areas such as migrations and gender or the study of institutional and transitional dynamics. To consolidate the unique position of CEHR in its project leader vocation. The Center is the only center in Portugal specialized in religious history, and it functions as a research network with affiliated members from all the major universities in Portugal. The Center's work is implemented through permanent seminars, partnerships, projects in collaboration with institutions from the civil society, and cooperation with both archives and museums. To develop the postgraduate training, mainly through the reinforcement of the participation of integrated researchers in the postgraduate training programs which CEHR is part of, PUDIST, History and Culture of Religions and Religious Studies. To extend the staff of young integrated researchers, an already ongoing policy. To strengthen the internationalization of research, not only from an individual point of view of each researcher, but also from an institutional point of view, reinforcing participation in international network is a priority. And finally, to promote the dissemination of data and research results. In order to fulfill its mission, our plan of activities integrates 4 collaborative working programs and 8 working groups. The Encyclopedia of Religious History in Portugal aims to present a combination of resources, text, image, and sound, focused on historiographic problems, biographies, institutions, and contexts covering religion in its multiple forms. The program aims to mobilize a wide community of national and foreign researchers. From a long-range and interdisciplinary perspective, a wide diffusion output is intended, covering differentiated audiences. The history of the Portuguese dioceses strives to develop and disseminate research in partnership with the dioceses themselves, which were state administrative structures until 1911. From a long-term perspective, the project intends to cover a wide range of institutional dynamics, the relationship with the public, administrative and asset management authorities, organizational and leadership problems, and all the forms of sociability and action instruments. The Historical Guide of Religious Orders aims to increase the study of the institutions and identities in religious life, focusing on the religious orders and congregations in Portugal since its origins to 1910. The goal is to collect and analyze a vast set of chronological, geographical, biographical, and architectonical data through the collaborative work of Portuguese and foreign researchers and of multiple institutional partnerships, including tourism operators. Based on the expertise developed with the platform PAPIR, CEHR will promote the archival network of religious institutions, a national network to disseminate and project ongoing archival work in partnership with both ecclesiastical and civil leaderships, including national archives. This program aims at valuing the documentary heritage, qualifying agents, and promoting a critical reflection on the construction and protection mechanisms of social memory. The multi-year funding from FCT for the unit ranged from €71,000 to €37,500 per year, showing a marked decrease since 2012. In the period under evaluation, the Center has made efforts to capture other funds in addition to FCT financing. As a platform of convergence, the Center is a solid network of researchers and initiatives involving more than 120 members and aiming to fulfill an innovative mission in society.